Hey, welcome to Life on the Light Side. I'm so glad you decided to pop in and check it out. You will see that I'm being a little silly today. Sometimes we just have to be silly. In fact, that's pretty much what Life on the Light Side is all about. I'm going to begin by being very honest. We are in the most challenging times that we've had in our country in 100 years, because we have all the political challenges and the absolute danger. We haven't had this level of danger at any time on its own, leave alone with adding COVID onto the top of it. So it's very, very important to each one of us that we keep our hearts as light as we can. Failure to do so is not going to help anything. And in fact, it can impair our health, it can impair our decision making and our quality of life. None of us knows how long we will have our life. God knows the people who died on January 6th in a totally needless and horrible attack on our capital. That was really, really, they didn't think they weren't going home that night. They didn't think they were going to be crushed by being trampled. They didn't know they were going to be shot. They didn't know and all the other people there that this was complete shock to. When you do the math, everything makes sense. We should have seen it coming. And so, and there we have a conundrum because we don't know how much information is too much information, how much concern is too much worry, and we cannot live in a little bubble of God bless her. You've heard me talk about my mom all the time. Well, my mom lived in a bubble she created. Nothing negative was allowed inside that bubble. To this day, I cannot tell you whether or not my parents voted. Um, My sister says she thinks they did, but we did not have political discussions in our house. Now I know my aunt uh, was voted because she would always have these um, political fundraising things we used to go to, and we didn't care what party it was for. It was a party. That's all that mattered. We didn't connect it with any political inclination. Would we have gone? Would we have not? I honestly don't know what my aunt's political party was. I try not to think about it. It's not going to make any difference. But the thing is, she was active in politics, as I think we all must be. But where do we cross that line where we are no longer on the light side, right? So that's my hope right now is that we can get together every day for a little afternoon visit. Hopefully, I'll find some way to bring out a laugh for us, maybe a joke, maybe something to lighten up wherever we are. Let's see. And please do the comments. If you're watching now, please feel free to question, comment, anything, because I'm going to be looking for that more and more. Even if you are not watching this live because it goes on YouTube and it stays on Facebook, well, permanently. So I do encourage you to kick in kick in. It makes it more interesting. I may not see your questions or comments until after it's over, but I will review them and respond to the best of my ability. So I see that Cheryl has commented, I remember found with my mom, oh, going, typos, funny thing because we're going to talk about that today. I remember going with my mom to the polls, and my grandpa was a poll worker. I think that is wonderful. We, again, because we did not discuss certain things in my house, um, we didn't really, I think I've told you before with embarrassment, I did not vote. The first time I voted, I was 30 years old. I was 30 years old, and my my first vote was for a Democratic primary, and I voted for Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, because of his push for excellence. So I had, it wasn't about a party. What it was about is who I was voting for. It was the person, it was the consciousness, it was what I knew. Well, I didn't know about the other stuff till much later. It's really weird how, well, I shouldn't say it's weird, but do you ever notice politics and sexual scandals are always intermeshed? We've seen it over and over. Well, if you're into astrology, the eighth house is relates to death, sex, and taxes. So it kind of like, oh, it goes together. That kind of powerful stuff. Um, but the tenth house is actually politics. Well, anyway, not going to go there. I could be making a mistake. It's a long time since I've gone to that. It says also, I remember my mom asking my dad when he got home, asking if he had voted that day. Yeah, I do love to put on my little I voted tag and show it off. My kids do too. As they vote, they post it, and I'm so glad they did because, like I say, I didn't vote till I was 30, and my kids were small, but I really had to I had to do some waking up, and I've never done as much waking up as I have in the past 5 years. That's certainly clear. So let's get back to lightening up. Of course, we have to go to our National Day calendar, and it starts off with today is, um, if I look outside, is not happening. Step in a puddle and splash your friend day. Now, hang on a minute because I'm going to look back. I have the national calendar information up, and I can't believe that they would. Okay, this says on National Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friends Day, particular criteria must be present to celebrate. On January 11th, unless the ideal conditions prevail, some areas of the country may have to create them. So, can we really? Well, it says yes in the name. The day says you can. Life is short. Let's have fun. I'm going to be real honest. I am not going to be splashing anybody with any mud. I think I told y'all I did that when I was in kindergarten and brought my sock monkey to school. And a girl, a upperclassman, wanted to see it. And I'm like, oh no. And she made like she was going to take it away. And I was on the swings and I went back as far as I could. I slid through a puddle heels first and covered her with mud. Then I went and hid in the girls' room. My teacher came in and got me out. I don't recall being in trouble for it, but who knows? Okay, I'm just going to go over and try to review comments again. It's really hard. My computer won't allow it. So okay, well, Cheryl says that she remembered voting when she turned 18. It was exciting the day I registered to vote. Yeah, that is great, and it's something I don't have to say because I wasn't. I just trusted. I trusted, and I think I'm learning you can't trust so much anymore. You're either a part of it or you're not. That's why I always say This is supposed to be a government of, by, and for the people, not the politicians. Politicians are our employees, and they need to act that way. And they need to provide a wonderful example for us to follow, to encourage us, and to show what courage and strength and integrity and faith mean. And that's how I vote. And that's how I pray that you vote. Not on lies or, well, let's not go there because that's bringing me down and this is supposed to be about lightening up. Okay, let's get past that. It is also, that's another not light one, it is Human Trafficking Awareness Day. Now, a lot of us don't have to think about that. Um, we've not had anyone kidnapped or taken off the streets or in any way subjected to human trafficking. But see, it's like a lot of things. We cannot go through life with rose colored glasses. See, a lot of people, especially if they're positive thinkers, go, well, I'm just not going to go there. And I've said to you before, like when my great grandson was diagnosed with a heart condition, a congenital heart condition, I would not look at the possibilities of what could potentially happen to him and probably still can. But what I'm relying on is I am not going to put into my mind all the fears and all the what ifs every day that he is in our lives and we are happy to have him and he's healthy and science and technology and the medical community is keeping him healthy and strong. I know if it can happen for one day, it can happen for 75, 80 years. Okay. I'm going to know this. So when I say I'm not going there, that doesn't mean I don't know about the chances, the what might happen. It means I choose not to give them power in my life. We've got to lighten up. If we don't lighten up, if we're thinking about the negative, what ifs, what happens when you hold negative thoughts in mind? They produce after their kind. Where the mind goes, energy flows and manifestation follows. And that you cannot go around with rose colored glasses and you cannot go around looking only at the dark side. So we accept the fact that we are in crisis and we lift it up to say, I am not going to let this take my life. Oh, I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. It is hard. It is exhausting. Sometimes by the end of the day, I am so wiped out because I happen to have this, me. Well, you all know me. I do my Rise of the False Gods book. I do my motivational stuff. I do my charging head on into what's going on in the world and what we need to do as our part to do it. And we need to lighten up or we will literally kill ourselves. Well, I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to give my life and my joy to this stuff that's going on. I want to embrace every day and live it to the best of my knowledge and live it with integrity and be an active participant in the world that we are co creating together. Okay. This piece of our day, though, I want to aim to lightening up. So if you've been feeling crappy, news is bringing you down. It seems like there's just no good news. We have to look for that good news. We have to embrace that good news. We have to let our imagination flow with that good news to good possibilities. Because here's the fact, in the end, everything is going to be okay. Why? Why do I believe that? I believe that because I believe ultimately God is in charge and God's will for us is good and only good. And I hold that for us. And I've seen it happen. Look at the world around us. People are inherently good. They are good. We want to be loving and kind, and even the people who are giving us such a hard time in life, there are broken families because of what has become of our government, the divisions that have been sown, the errors, the lies, the darkness. But there is far, far, far good, more good people, good wishes, good desires. I'm not talking about just in our country, I'm talking about worldwide. We gotta watch where our mind goes. The Bible tells us over and over, do not be deceived. And we must not be deceived. And we must not deceive ourselves. And we must not say, oh, that's really tough. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to pray about it, okay? And I'm going to get in my prayer time. And I'm going to say, God, please help us through these difficult times. And you know what God would say? You know what, lady? I think there's some things you can do to help us through difficult times. What do you say to that? And what can you do? And what can I do? Lighten up, stay focused on positive things, make positive connections with good people. And remember another thing that my beloved way shower, Savior Jesus taught us: love God, love your neighbor as yourself, love yourself, and love your enemy. Because basically, we all want the same things. We want to be safe, we want to be loved, we want to be taken care of. Some people have it all wrong. They live in the lower quadrants of consciousness and think that money and power and might makes right. But that's not the truth. See, whatever happens, if it's not based in truth, it will not last. And if something is good, we can't neglect it. Like a garden. Gardens don't grow best when they're just left to go. They grow best when they're tended with love and care. And no matter how much love and care you give your garden, without the help of God, without spirit, you're not going to have much. I know this. I've done that before. So of course I bless my garden when I haven't had one in a long time, and I'm kind of sad about that. But those circumstances where I live, that's not something that's going to happen as I see it. Um, okay, gosh, we didn't even get into the rest of the um, you know, National Day calendar. It is Clean Off Your Desk Day. What's your desk look like? Mine's not too bad. I've been doing pretty good with it. But what I found out is I have this stack of notes, notes and notes and notes. And I keep saying I got to go through those notes. And what I have found, though, is that God gives me so much to talk about. I have new notes every day. And I have to have the faith to know I can clear that desk, throw out those notes, and know that when I need more, God's going to send it to me. All I need to do is to turn my mind off to what's going on out here and turn within to the source of an incredible amount of divine ideas. Folks, I've said it before, we are geniuses. We only have to apply our genius. Okay, it is also Milk Day. Well, I want to share a few milk stories. You may or not may not add any of your own, but one of the things I remember is when I would go to school on Monday, I would need to have 25 cents. That was for my milk to go with my lunch every day. We brown bagged our lunches, or we had our little lunch boxes. And but we wanted to have our milk. Sometimes we brought milk in a thermos, but we had our other milk for when it was snack time. But it was 5 cents for a, a 8 ounce milk container. And I also remember when I was reading this, The first milk delivery was in 1898 when the milkman came. Now, we had milk delivered at home. Just want to interject quickly. I see that Cheryl said, "Oh, wow, I'm having cheese snacks as I'm listening to you." Yeah, it's milk. You're with the program. We used to have before we got our milk box, the milkman would come and leave the milk on the stoop. Now, the milk box was insulated, so it kind of helped prevent it from getting too warm in the summer or too cold in the winter. But before we had the milk box, and sometimes even after, if it was really cold, the milk would freeze. Well, the milk in those days was not homogenized. So the cream would be on the top. So when you got the milk, you'd have to shake up the milk to mix the cream and the milk. And so what would happen is if it got really cold, the it would expand and we'd go to get the milk from the stoop and there would be this column of ice cream, except it wasn't sweetened. It was the cream from the milk that made this column coming out of the bottle. Ah, those were the days, weren't they? Now we're back to having delivery. So, except we can get all our groceries that way. Although, you know what? I've been at home so long, I really kind of actually miss grocery shopping. And staying on the light side, I look forward to when I'm able to get my vaccination and go out and go to the grocery store again. It's going to be such fun. Okay, so that is pretty much our National Day calendar. And so on let me just see how we're doing time wise. Oh, I've got 7 minutes, 8 minutes because I came in a minute late. So I thought that one of the best things we do, and I've got to tell you, I am so grateful that you are here with me because this is what helps me stay strong and up. And you may not know it, but sometimes, minutes before I sign on, I am a wreck. I am trying so hard to pull myself up. If it's been a particularly bad day, like the day of the attack on the Capitol building, it's very hard. But the more we can pick ourselves up and connect with others, the stronger and the happier and the healthier, thank you, Cheryl, the healthier we're going to be. Okay? Together we can do it. We are mutually accountable and collectively responsible. Um, some of the little notes I made to myself about getting through this and staying on the light side. Be good to yourself. Um, Visualize those you love. Visualize your good memories and affirm more are coming, especially if those memories include family members that you are now estranged from because of our current circumstances. I know I would not be separated from some of them if it weren't for some of the other people that they align with. But there's nothing I can do about that. But what I do is I behold them. I remember the times we were happy and we laughed together. And I say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, because this is the truth of our being. This is the love. More, please. And I know that what the mind can conceive and the heart can believe, we can achieve. Jesse Jackson. You know, even people who fall off the spiritual path, and I hope he found his way back on, um, say good things. So remember that. So now I want to do a couple of I want to show you something that will hopefully put a smile on your face. So to do that, I'm going to switch over to a page I have opened. Now, I want to warn you before I go over there. Some of the things you're going to hear are naughty. Okay? I'm going to try to make them as cleaned up as I can, but some of them you can't, or they lose their humor. And these are funny texts, texts, that were sent, autocorrect and not knowing what you're doing and stuff like that. So these are texts that parents sent their children. Okay, this is from parents to kids. Okay, this is Mama's phone. And the child says, "So someone told me you sound like an owl." And Mama says, "How's that?" And the kid says, "Darn, it didn't work. You were supposed to say who." The mother says, "LOL, okay, who?" And the kid says, "Never mind, moment gone." And another one. This is on Mom's phone. And the child asks, "Did you send my stuff yet?" With a frowny emoji. Response, "Sorry, I can't hear you. I think we have a bad connection. Try again later." Mom, that doesn't work with texts. Next one from Mom. "Please don't text me for the next hour. I'm going to be on the treadmill." Response, "I wasn't planning on texting you." Her response, "What did I just say?" I think I'm going to try to do these in different voices so I don't have to do the he said, she said. "Son, you're in big trouble." "Why?" "Because you're texting me while you're in school." "Are you serious? You texted me first." This is Dad. "You left your phone at home." Okay. Mom, "Don't forget to unload the dishwasher. Did you finish your homework? We have to go to your grandmother's house for Thanksgiving. Dad and I talked, and we are going to buy you a car next month." "You are? Oh my God, thank you." "No, we're not. Just wanted to make sure you were getting my text." That was cruel. Okay, Mom. "Hi, Bridget. I space, house space, our space, you space, doing, period, capital. I love this new phone, exclamation point. I see you're using voice text. You don't have to say space, Mom. It does it for you." "Hi, cucumber letter P Ritalin." "What? Mom, stop. Just type." Mom, Dad and I fondled ourselves for the first time last night. We didn't get good results. Nothing came up. Child, LMAO, Mom. I don't know what you tried to write, but that is hilarious. Damn autocorrect. Autocorrect. We Googled ourselves. No results. Mom's cell phone. There's a picture of kids from the child. "Munika Baba. Best first text ever. Epic." "Nice, Mom. What does it mean?" "Munika Baba." I wish I knew what she was saying. Okay, we'll do one more page because these are so funny. When you feel, down, just go on there and look up, you know, funny texts, and there's a million of them out there. Okay, Mom. Chinese character, Chinese characters. "Why are you texting in Chinese? LOL." Chinese character, exclamation, 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 Chinese characters. LMAO. You got stuck in Chinese mode, didn't you? Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Mom, When are you coming home? Hello? WTF? Mom, do you know what that means? Yeah. Are you coming home Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? Nope, that's not what it means. Ah, Nana, I can relate to this. Nana, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. We had fun at your house. Response 7. Just the number 7. Okay. Mom, anything? No. At nightclub, should I fist pump? No, dear God, no. Why not? Oh, God, Mom. Okay, I will dance instead. No, not that either. Mom, where are you? Leaving Walmart. Halfway home. Why, sweetie? You brought me to Walmart with you. Oh, darn. Be there in a bit. Okay, on Mom's phone. Do you still need help sewing? I can come over Sunday. No, I urinated my pants today. I urinated my pants. I heard you. Why? Are you okay? I'm trying to say unhemmed. I did not pee myself. LOL. I was worried for a sec. Oh, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you got some good laughs out of that. And I hope whatever lies ahead this day, that you are able to lighten up and know, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. And I can't find it. There we go.